Hello there and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 12. We're still in experimental, it's Phase 4 I think they just released. Hopefully by the time this goes out it'll be either Phase 5 or the actual release, so we can play the full release of Alpha 12 and get a playthrough going on that. But in the meantime, I've decided I'm going to start building something else. So you'll see here I've got a very rough frame of a hover vessel right next to the Terrormid here. So I'm kind of looking for, in some ways, a replacement for the Terrormid, but I guess it's more something that would serve a very different role. The Terrormid is more of a defensive structure given the fact that it's got turrets on every side. I say structure, it's a hover vessel. It also goes up to 70,000 CPU, which was the original limit, I think back in Alpha 11, but it's now 100,000. Now I could just go ahead and make a bigger version of this. Perhaps I spread all the turrets out and just really load it up, which in that case would mean it does defy the block limits. And I kind of like the fact that it doesn't do that because I think some people maybe play that way, and I would like to throw this on the workshop next month. So instead I've decided to go for a sort of forward-facing assault vehicle is what I'm looking at doing, and this will also be tier 4 just like the Terrormid there. And so I've been working just on a very rough frame, and you can sort of, none of this is going to stay. These are all just sort of measurements as they were, just guidelines to go by. But this is obviously the back here. You, I guess, come up this way. I've used carbon composite here. This is the sort of actual cockpit area. It's going to be around here. You're not going to be able to see out. Like I say, very heavily armoured. And the front bit here, I've left a gap here. This is probably going to be for miniguns, I reckon, and maybe a spotlight or two. We've got some space here. I might actually put some thrusters there, actually. Just realised I haven't even thought about thruster placement. Or reverse thrusters. I suppose I could probably squeeze one here. And so the idea is I'm basically going to start gradually tiering this up. So this is going to be a half block surface here with the turrets resting on a block underneath here. And it's going to start sort of raising up towards this section here. And on top here, it's not going to look like this. But it's going to have a couple, it's going to have 2 artillery turrets is the plan, should CPU permit it, because they are expensive as it turns out. If we have a quick look, almost 6,000 CPU, so 2 of these will be about 12% of the entire CPU cap, which is a lot, given the fact that I'm also going to be making this out of hardened steel as well, which is also expensive, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to be able to get away with. Now I was flicking through the 2 turret options that we do have for our main turrets down here. We've got rocket turrets which only cost 450 CPU, and then plasma turrets are 3 times the price, but you do get a lot more performance, and that is kind of what we're going for with this. So if we actually look at the rocket turrets, damage is 500, explosion radius of 3 at 40 rounds per minute. So remember that 40 rounds per minute in particular. Plasma turrets, 720 damage, which is more. Same explosion radius, but 100 rounds per minute, so they shoot 2.5 times faster and they do more damage. I think it's safe to say we should probably go for plasma turrets. Which does give me an idea of creating some sort of tier 2 assault tank with lots and lots of rocket turrets, which could be quite fun actually. But that's a project for another day. Anyway, in the meantime, it's time to start building this up, isn't it? So I wonder if I want to put in maybe the Gatling guns now. I might do that, but we need to get symmetry mode on. So we'll do the usual, YZ axis. Let's go ahead and I'm thinking of 8 Gatling guns. I think, do you want them sticking out a bit? Yeah, probably like this. We want a spotlight or 2, I reckon here. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. And so there you go. Wonder if maybe I want the spotlight right at the front here. I think I might do that actually. We can change it later. But yeah, so that's a little bit of firepower that you can use to help reduce any shields, I suppose, as I find the best use of GATs on a high level hull vessel, because you're going to be taking on some pretty hefty bases, aren't you? of such a thing. Okay, so let's go over the top section here. We're going to do something like this. I'm going to need to find the appropriate block here. I'm not totally sure where I'm going to find it. I mean, that's a start. Well, I can always do this. Actually, yeah, no, this is easy enough. It's this simple corner block, isn't it? There we go. Okay, excellent. And so this is actually going to drop back down again for the first turret. So if we actually switch back to combat steel, probably around here, we want about this. I don't think we want that much, and we come down to plasma turrets. So we're not using rocket turrets, let's trash those. This. There we go, our first plasma turret on the front here. So we're actually going to smooth this out a little bit more than we have here. In fact, I think I may want to shimmy it a bit, because it's going to be a bit awkward with this side here. So, with you, we're going to try and keep this, I say as cheap as possible, if you know what I mean. As cheap as we can reasonably make it without compromising quality. Okay. And then we're just basically going to smooth the sides a bit. So here, keep this like so. And then I think the rest of it, probably going to use these low corners like this, I'm thinking. Yeah, around the sides like that. And we'll do the same here. There we go. Alright, and now we just finish it off with those half slope blocks. Excellent, alright. So the first one here is going to be indented. And then, like I say, we'll start tiering them up. And the idea is that they'll all be able to fire unobstructed on whatever target you are facing. That's the advantage of doing that. And these are solo to the ground anyway, so this ridge here shouldn't actually affect it in any way. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, now I need to find out if I actually have this block here. This is another issue. Oops. So we've almost got it there. I think it might actually be something along these lines, but a bit higher up. Like that. Just like this, but the top bit needs to be completely flat. So it's actually, I think, that's the one. We do the same here, that is excellent. Oh yes, we found it. This might be the quickest I've ever actually found the blocks that I was looking for, which is a good sign. Of course, I'm sure my luck will run out. So there we go. So yeah, good start. Good start. We'll just start raising. I wonder if maybe I should move forward a bit more. Is it too far back? I think it might be. We kind of want to be a bit efficient with the space. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to just go over this again. That said, that corner block there. Oops, nope. No, that's fine. That's fine, actually. Yeah, no, this will be alright. No problemo. Assuming I can find the block I was using originally. Yeah, there it is. So we'll do it here. Do it there. Remove you. Okay. Clear out the back row here. Yep, that's fine. And just put it back in place. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, great. We don't really have any room for anything on top due to the way I've not made it symmetrical in in the sense that this isn't going, the middle isn't going through a block. Otherwise, yes, I could probably put a third one up. But I'm kind of looking to have a sort of gradual ridge going up, I think. So here I might just put some decorative piping or something instead to fill up that space. I'll worry about this mid-section. It's just going to sort of gradually slope up, is the plan. That's going to stay fairly even, whereas this is all going to be very sort of, this is all going to have a lot of dips as it raises to accommodate the various turrets. Alright, so we now have this to worry about, so we probably want to do something along these lines. I'm thinking. This is where I suddenly get a bit stuck for ideas. Well, not ideas, it's just, can I find the blocks to make it work? Is the question. I mean, again, we've got this corner block. So, actually, yes. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, that's pretty good. So here, if we can find the block that is this, except halfway, there we go. Okay. Alright, no problem. I'm sure I can texture this in some ways to make it work. So from here, is when we'll get another. So I'm wondering if I want to tier everything like this, if I do, but I kind of want it going up a half block at a time. But I think I'm going to have to do it as a full block at a time. That's probably the way I'm going to have to do it. And since we've only got one turret down here, I'm thinking if we can sort of expand this a little bit further. As you see, I've had it going out here. We can probably place 2 turrets here, and that'll give us 6 plasmas at the front. We're going to have another 2 back here, and that gives us 10 plasma turrets. That is just a lot of firepower. Plus the 2 artillery turrets on top. That should be sufficient, at least for now. Another thing I probably have neglected to mention is I've got the Legacy Bee spawned in here, and the idea is this should be able to fit in that. Just, you know, the elephant in the room, right? There is enough room, basically. I've already done the dimensions, I'll actually show you. So you see here we can use the concrete blocks as a sort of guideline. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 forward, and then I think it's 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 5. And up is certainly not an issue in this thing. So from here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus the fact that it's very low at the bottom means it could just slide in a bit further. Hence why I'm kind of designing it this way. So this entire front section should be able to go under this bit here, which is pretty good. And as for the width of it, well, this is 6 blocks wide, so as long as it doesn't exceed kind of what it is at the moment, it will comfortably be able to get through into the hangar. So far so good, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we've got this little corner here. We've also got this section here, which I think is a good spot for some thrusters. Wouldn't you say? If we have a couple this side and then we have a couple down here, like you can sort of see, I've just been sort of mapping it out a little bit. Yeah, that would help the turning efficiency if we can spread them out like that. That is just generally better designed, if you can get away with it. I think we can. So, something else we want. I do want window blocks here. In fact, what does this come up as? No, that's not what I'm looking for. I think the shutter window is what I'm looking for though. If we find the diagonal one, we can put a thruster behind here, because there's not a lot of places for reverse thrusters. So is that? Yeah, it's in the right spot. Okay, and over here, it's probably going to be something a little like this. Oh, wrong button. There we go. There we go, very nice. We'll do this just for the sake of. There we go. So we've got the sort of edges here. Yeah, we could definitely put like a little thruster here. Probably a medium jet thruster, just so it's, like I say, we're going to lack forward thrust there. Or reverse thrust, I suppose you could say. There aren't a lot of spots unless I do remove some of these, but I don't really want to do that, because I think I'm going to use this space underneath here for such a thing. Unless of course I build it down a little bit, and then that gives me more room to play with here. Be good. Either way, we've got some options. Still very early in the build. Okay, so from here, this is a problem, as you can see. So what we're going to do, that's well, it's not really that much of a problem. All we have to do is do the half block. Building up, like so. That's fine. Okay, so we've got our next layer now. And I think from here, we want to start. We'll just throw down this. And we'll see what we can get away with when it comes to our plasma turret. So we put one here. We can put another one here as well. Not bad. Looking here, space there. Okay, that's not bad. And then I think we can actually have it coming up half a block all around, even from here. Just about. We don't need to. We've got the front section here. Look. Oh, that's worked out quite nicely actually. So I think we will get a little half block thing going. The only thing is this section here, but I'm not too fussed. Especially since we can then, that makes this a little bit more, I don't know, interesting I suppose. Yeah. Alright, I'm good at this. I'm good at this. So, let's go back to our half blocks. Wherever they may be. It was this one, wasn't it, we were using? That's the one. Let's go ahead, move it around here. This side there, and this corner here. And as for this, I'm sure there's a corner block for that. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Okay, and you there. Okay. That's not so great. Right. I suppose what we can do then, we'll remove this. We can do the miniature one, can't we? Like this. If we turn it just right. Not quite. Oh, that's it. That's the one. And now we have to try and work out the other way. Oh. That's the thing with these ones, I have no idea which way's up, which way's down. When we find it, I'm sure it'll look great. There it is. That's the one. So perhaps we do a sort of half block going up? Let's try this first. That. And then from here, that does exist actually. I remember this one now. This is in the awkward corner section here. Just like that. Brilliant. Okay, that looks much better. I'm a bit of a roll at the moment. I don't think I've ever managed to build anything this quickly. I'm going to hit a snag and start from the beginning, aren't I? Something's going to happen. But anyway, I'll ride the momentum while I can. Okay. I know what I'm looking for. It's a sort of half block going down to a corner. I'm sure it exists. Think of it a bit like that. It just goes down to the corner, like I say, just to one point. But it's not looking promising, so maybe this is where I find a little problem. I think I might have to come back to that one with fresh eyes, because I'm not seeing anything. Definitely drawing a blank there. I mean, we've got this, but that doesn't really help us with this corner section here. Although, no, that really doesn't help us at all. No, there's no slopey block from 3/4 up. I don't think that exists either. Ah dear. Never have the blocks that we're looking for, do we? So let's do something a bit different with this section here. Actually, is that it? No, that's not it. Oh wait, no, that is it. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, we found it again. With a surprise. Okay, so there we go. We've got our next level of weapons up. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So, I think I want to go up then another tier. So, okay, this section here, I know you're thinking like this looks like it's sticking up a bit. It's not going to be this high. Or something is going to be that high. There's going to be 2 artillery turrets. But what I need to think about is where I'm standing here. So you think about it, you're in here. I want the roof to come up to... I want to be comfortable like this high. So we'll put that out there as a marker. So let's actually bring this across like that. A few more tiles, I think. So we can have this come up. Yeah, another one. I mean, yeah, there's no obstructions for these, are there? Yeah, they are not obstructed at all. So I think we'll just put up another level, but I may put it up 2 more. Not too sure. I mean, we don't have these awkward corners to worry about anymore. Dealt with them. So let's build it across from the sides first. At least across here. Okay. Just build it up one more. I think the thing is we can actually go back a little bit further. I mean, this is enough room to put in whatever we could possibly need. This is more than enough room actually. And we've got all this space under here that we can put generators, fuel tanks. That said, we don't really want them at the front. I would like to add in a little bit of, what do you call it, lag shot or something? Or just extra armor essentially. So we also need a container controller for ammo as well. That's very important to think about. I'll probably replace the floor here with the container extensions. I mean, that just sounds like the smarter thing to do. Now, I'm a bit worried about all of this being a bit blocky here. I do kind of want to curve it a bit. Let's give it some sort of shape. I don't mind all of this being like this. That's fine. We can do something interesting with that at some point. So we've put that here. And from here we're going to go corner block again. Start moving things up. We're going to maybe start curving things up this way as well. And we'll probably just have these sitting on top without these indented parts here. So if we do start sloping things inwards, how will that look? Should look okay. Only one way to find out, right? Let's actually do it. So, corner blocks. From this side, I think I have better luck on this side. So I'm going to start off with this. And then from here, we're going to bring this the other way. We can actually do it like this. We can bring it up too. Like this, I suppose. We're going to have to do something interesting here. I guess just have it slope straight up. That does mean I could probably... Yeah, no, that's fine actually, because then I can add in some thrusters here if I needed to. I'm a bit worried this is going to be a bit of a stark contrast, but let's take a look here. So this is a half block already. So that's a half block going up to 4. This is another of those awkward ones, isn't it? Alright. I'm going to bring you along here just so I don't need to build any more of you. I guess I do need it. And we want to do this the other way, probably like so. that. With this, well, like that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. Actually slopes up. Yeah, that looks pretty decent to me. This midsection here, I think I might flatten it, potentially, but we'll come to that later. For now, we've got this horrible, horrible corner section to deal with. In fact, that does not exist, so I've already made things a bit difficult for myself there, haven't I? That's fine. We may need to do some sort of... okay, what's this? That? No, wait. Okay, yeah, we can do this, actually. If we do that, we can use the connector block. We've got one, I think it's something along these lines here. It's very much in this vein. I know that, I know that. I know it's something that I like this. But I don't think it is any of these. Most unfortunate, so it would be that, but it comes up to a half block, which doesn't help us at all. Do you have anything else here? Not really. We've got blocks like this. That also just does not help us because it needs to go all the way up. I assume if these corners pretty solid. In fact, what if we did... Nope. Well, I'm at a bit of a loose end. The thing is, this one works really well there. It's just this is the problem. No, that's not going to work either, is it? Close. I mean, you know, we've got blocking underneath, obviously. We've got the rest of it on the back here. But then we just have this gap. And I'm not particularly keen on that. Sadly, that might be the best way to go. What's this one? Nope. See, none of these are any good. None of these. None of them at all. So what we've got is this. That just means we've got that there, which is just useless. The only thing we can do is replace this, I guess, with these blocks as well. And I think we are going to have to do that. Kind of likes the gradual slope though, but it does have a slope. Unless I change this to... no, that just makes it worse. Alright, we're going to see how this looks then. I've done that exactly the opposite way. There we go. And then obviously we'll smooth it off. But that to me is a little bit too... yeah, no. Not a fan. I think it just looked better with the more subtle slope up. We're going to have to sort out this corner another time. Then again, might be able to just get rid of that side there. We do this. Can we do a... yeah, maybe we can do this. So this goes halfway up, alright. Ooh, hang on. Ah, there you go. Yes. We got there eventually, so we just had to prioritise this section here, actually, that was it. Excellent, so that's the ceiling, that's where I'm looking to bring it up to, which still seems a little bit, I think that's a little bit high. Maybe it is. I don't know. Alright, let's go ahead and bring the floor in here for the plasma turrets. Let's place these. We can place you there. We can place you there. Yes, that is formidable. I like that a lot. Okay. For now, I'm still going to carry on using hardened steel blocks, but at least I have the option to change these at some point. Ooh, does that block exist? We've got... Do I do this, or is this just a bit... Am I asking for trouble? I think it does. I think it does, actually. Let's look for that corner block first. In fact, I think that's it if we just turn this on its side. Yeah, that was it. Nope. Nope, that was not it. There. No, that's not it. Fine, corner block it is. There we go, that's the one. Excellent. And then we can have a low slope up. Oops. Oh. Okay. Is that a bit too entrenched? I feel like it is. I feel like that kind of looks like it's just obstructing it, doesn't it? Half block's a bit too much, so how about we do this instead? We just do the very low ramp. Get rid of this bit, and we make this a... I don't think I've ever used this one before. No, I've never used that one. Alright, well, first time for everything. Use that. Where is the last corner? And this is where I'm pretty sure this block does not exist. Again. Another one of these. And there's not really a way around it. We just kind of leave that corner out. I think. Unless we can do something funky with you. But that's not going to happen. We all know that. We all know that. That would just look worse. That's better. That's good enough. That said, using combat steel for all of this is just a bit of a waste. So let's remove the gaps and the spotlights. Steel blocks, there we go. Okay. Let's find that other one again. Is that it? Yes. Okay, good. I don't feel like for these it's just a bit unnecessary. Make it... Is that... Oh no, that's a rounded block. Do not want to use you. It was the straight block, wasn't it? That's it. That's the one. Okay. There you go. That's I feel like that's a pretty solid start, actually. Quite happy with that. And we can still put thrusters perhaps here. Because from here we can start sloping the entire structure up. So I'm actually going to start getting the floor here. So probably will be putting thrusters there. Say probably. Who knows what we'll do yet. I don't know how much CPU we're even going to have left. Just once I've done this. So this is going to start sloping up now. This section here. Got combat still there. And... Can I bring the roof down one? Well, I probably could. I think I will. And then I'm going to have to do some pretty interesting shaping of this section here, because this is going to go up, out onto it. I do want to use that. There's a particular ramp that goes 2 down, like 2 blocks down. I do kind of want to use that one. That said, we just don't need that much room. Also, I don't need to actually have the roof there. It is all optional. Okay, and from here we will... Alright, let's continue this slope actually, so let's sort of invert it rather. Yeah, how do we do that again? Oh no, I know. I need to use this first. That's the one. That, and then... Yes, that's it. Yes. Is that a little bit too high? I don't think so. I think once we've sussed all of this out, throw on the artillery turrets onto sort of little podiums at the top. I think that should be okay. Should be. We may just want to round it out here. And perhaps I do just use half blocks for the rest of this section. So, I mean, that still gives me the roof space that I wanted, doesn't it? And then I've got the whole fuselage of the tank here. In terms of height, though, yeah, that would fit in underneath, wouldn't it? Yeah, we've got enough room in here. It's going to be a good fit, actually. Okay, so let's actually do a quick count of how much I've spent so far. Let's throw in a core. Okay, CPU is currently sitting at 29,000. Got to add on another 12,000 or so for the artillery turrets. That takes us to just under half of all the CPU. We then also have to add all of our thrusters. We've already got the GATs. I think this is within the realms of possibility. That said, I'm still going to use a lot more hardened steel. Actually, that's something I wanted to look at, is based on how much I've spent now, what's the breakdown? Only 4,000 hardened steel, so that's actually manageable. Yeah, we can get by with that. Alright, so over here I'm going to want to start curving things up as well. Not too sure what's the best way to go about that, because this is all a bit awkward. I'm fine with this being sort of fairly blocky like this, the side bits here, I suppose. I'm sure I'll do something, once I've built it all, I probably will just keep all of this like so. So let's remove you. Throw in some heavy stuff here. Okay. Curve it round the back. We'll have thrusters at the back here. There'll be various thrusters sticking out from probably this section here, I reckon. Yeah, because we've got all of this room to play with as well. And we're only really going to use this section here as the sort of habitable part of it. Yeah, most of this is going to be filled in with more hardened steel or various equipment, I'd say. But yeah, it's looking decent for now. I'm content with it, which is the best you're going to get out of me, I think. How do we want to build this up? I think we want to start straight away with this, if I can get it the right way, like that. So from here, it's going to go straight up like that. And yeah, we'll go scope it up like so. I mean, we're gonna sort this out. It's gonna be rounded. And do this. Just do that for that. Nope, wrong one. I want the little round block there. Yeah, and that comes out to the right height as well. So, yeah. But we'll smooth all of this out. I think I might want to work from the sides going forward here. Like how I'm going to enclose everything in a not too blocky fashion. So we will be removing some of this, for instance. some of these top blocks here. I'd be amazed if we get any of the blocks that we're looking for. We're going to be relying on these awkward cornery looking blocks, aren't we? Probably down here. That said, I think that might be the block we're looking for. No, it's not. This needs to be a solid. We want the one that we found out over here, wasn't it? Yeah, that one. What are you? You're definitely one of those connector blocks. But not that one. Oh, that's so close! Well, it's so close, it's good enough. Maybe then, in that case, I do just want to make it a half block going straight up. I mean, that does look a lot better. And then we can do something similar here, so that we can actually get those rounded edges. Okay. Alright, that looks okay. I think some good progress was made. Do we have enough room here for some thrusters? Debatable. Maybe shove them back here. Because this is all for... Actually, that's not. We can clear out this space here. We can clear out all of this for now. Okay, so there you go. Currently the working name is the Saracen, but I'm not too sure what I'm actually going to give it for its final name. But I'm going to leave it at that for now. Now, this... I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more of these creative videos, because I've currently got a lot of series going on at the moment. So I'm hoping by the time this video comes out, we will have talks of Alpha 12 being out in full release. In which case I am immediately just going to get on with that. I'm going to get started, because I am eager to do another playthrough and use a lot of my new builds in there. So I'm probably just going to be working on this off camera. But if I do, then, well, next week it'll be this. If it's not this, it's going to be Alpha 12 Part 1. So I'm not too sure what it's going to be yet, but we'll find out next time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.